to our teams, and to our audience here today. Thank you to our judges. I'll just do a quick introduction. Sean Kelly from EMCO, Paul Ganger from EMCO, Joanne Fisher from Scotiabank, Jill Hobbs from the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, Dominic Thibodeau from Federated Cooperatives Limited, and Jacqueline Cook from Vendesta. Competitors, you have 23 minutes to present today. Immediately following the presentation, please exit. I will be keeping time for you today, and I'll be sitting here. So from the first word spoken, the time will start. At 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes are protected time. No questions can be asked. At the 5-minute mark, I'll knock on the table, hold a sign saying unprotected time starts. The judges will be asking questions during that time. At 20 minutes, protected time will start, and after that, I'll give you time cards warning you or allowing you to know what time you're at. Audience, there's no questions, comments, cell phones, or picture taking while you're here today. Please ensure that your cell phones are on silent or vibrate. When the presentation is finished, we ask that you exit immediately so that the judges have time to do their scorecards. I want to confirm that you're Team D.
Correct.
Thank you.
Home. Home, sweet home. Time. Precious and limited. I wanted to start today by telling you guys a story. My mom loves her house. It's her precious baby outside of us children. She wants to design it and make sure it's welcoming for all guests. She's always trying to change things. Doorknobs, light fixtures, cabinets. So she asked me to go to the store with her one day. She picked out 3 doorknobs because she didn't know which one would look the best on the door, bought them all, put them all on, picked the one she liked, and then returned the other 2. An interesting idea, but very complicated, although she tried to find her own solution to it. Today we think we have a better solution for problems with overwhelming options at these big box stores, as well as this limited customer experience, not having this ability to be able to see what these items in these stores look like in your own home. Today I want to bring forth ADA Tech, an interior design software that is a database that has an application system that allows you to take pictures or scan codes of products in stores and compare it to different interior designs that are maybe a lot more similar to the ones that you have in your own house. It allows for a visual aid that helps the decision-making process of consumers when entering these stores. For an example, taking a picture of a doorknob or scanning the barcode of the doorknob, and then having that doorknob then appear on the application where you can then scan through different colors of doors and maybe finding one that's a little bit more relevant to the one of your own home. The next thing is completing this customer experience, this roam-like home, while roaming in Home Depot or Rona, for example, and being able to compare and contrast the product lines that they have in the store to the ones similar of your home. Like the example I gave with the doorknob and the door, or similar, a cabinet with maybe a marble desktop or countertop that you may have at home. How this works, the consumer would get an application on their phone while entering the store. This would be advertised in the beginning of the store, just to kind of help the consumer experience while shopping through the store. They would then browse and scan at their own leisure, depending on the products that they like. And then they would have an access to interior examples within this software that would allow them to bring their experience a lot closer to the one of their liking. Today we are asking for $2.7 million for 49% of our company. We'll walk you further through how we aim to get that.
So there are a couple of reasons we decided to go after this business plan. In our analysis, we found that the home improvement market is huge. Big box stores like Home Depot and Rona and Lowe's, in that industry, just in Canada alone, that is over a $41 billion industry today. As well, customer satisfaction. This is a huge deal for these stores. Through research, they found that with the customer experience, if they are satisfied with the staff and the service that they receive at these types of stores, it gives them the best chance for those stores to keep returning customers. So our goal is to target businesses to businesses. We are going to sell this application and software to big box stores like Home Depot, like Rona, like Lowe's, so they have this available for their customers, and it'll enhance the customer experience that they have to offer. So with that, we want to make this a trend. Right now, this would be, once we in our first store, this is going to be an advantage to this store, but we want to make it the norm. We want everyone to see that, say for example, Home Depot, we go into Home Depot first. They'll see that Home Depot has this option. Customers are going to love it. Customers are going to hear about it. They're going to go to Home Depot more often now than Lowe's or Menards or any other big box stores like that, because they don't have this. And our plan is to make it a disadvantage for these stores that don't have this customer experience, enhanced customer experience. It'll improve the way that these stores can set up their layout and their design by not having as many setups for, like an example, for a countertop setup with all these windows or different paints. They can now simply have this available on their phone, so customers can swipe through and see what looks more like their own living room or their own kitchen, and really see what these products that these stores have to offer will look like in their own home. And it's very simple to use. Customers will be able to download everything they need on their phone very simply, and from there it's all about just going and seeing what they like and setting it up to how they think their home looks.
So for our revenue streams, we are going to, so first off, we are taking a percentage of the sales from the stores though. That percentage is based off a 4% of that sale. So currently right now, like Home Hardware, they are charging huge, ridiculous markups on doorknobs or locks, for example, like deadbolts. They're costing upwards of, they're charging like $250 for some kinds, and they're making huge margins on that. So we believe taking a 4% cut of those margins and this system having such a big impact on their customer service section would be key.
How do you justify this to the stores if you're going to take 4% of total sales when someone may not even use the application that you guys are selling? So
yeah, that's a great point actually. So on the application, on the system, all you would do is you would scan. So you would scan that code in there. It's like an air miles card. You would scan it in. It would recognize that you used our app, and it would track that. So if you didn't use our app, you probably most likely never heard of it. And
so you're only taking 4% of any item that was scanned and sold at the store?
Any item that was scanned and sold at the store, correct.
Are you going to be processing the payment right within that transaction, or do you have to type it into their CRM or the payment terminal?
No, through the research and development. So for our costs here for the app development and software costs, we do have a large majority going towards the system. We are hoping that within this cost here that we can integrate it to 100% efficiency.
How did you come up with a valuation of $5.5 million?
5.5 million. So currently, they gave us numbers based on globally for Home Depot, and knowing that the potential market out there, because of the changing economy, as stated here, so right now Canada's dollar is very low. People aren't going to be going out to buy the whole new door. they're going to want to buy maybe so let's say your lock broke or your key got stolen, you need to change the door, or you don't like the, let's say, the color of the doorknob.
I'm speaking more to the valuation of your business. You're asking for 2.7 million for 49%.
Yes.
Now, do you have any customers right now to justify that?
No, we do not. We do have future projections though, because we want to currently get right into the store of right into the Home Depot stores. We want to partner up with them in our first year during the development of the app.
So how does EMCO make money?
So EMCO here, so right now, right now you sell HVACs and all that. So you can design your house, or if you have central vac, for example, you can design your house specifically to look nice. You want to make everything look perfect. You don't want to be tearing it down over and over again. You want to do it right the first time. That's one problem I know my family has had. My dad did our basement. My mom was not happy at all. So that's why we want to. This system right here will make it perfect, where you can customize it to your liking, and you can get the right systems in place for your house.
So how does EMCO make money?
EMCO doesn't make money off this product at all. This product isn't geared towards EMCO at all. It's geared towards more of the interior designing of homes in terms of like bathrooms, kitchens, and areas that EMCO isn't necessarily doing design work in. They're doing a little bit more of the hardware that helps the house run, more or less. We're more focused on the interior design section of it, the visual aids, the look of how the kitchen and stuff looks. So our target market isn't EMCO. It's more directed to consumers looking to better their kitchen's image or the way it looks, or designing a better looking cosmetically type room.
So this is like 180 degrees away.
180 degrees away
From. I guess you're looking purely for an investment.
Yeah, we're looking for an investment to start the software to then sell it to box stores like Rona and Home Hardware.
Because this seems like it's geared for our competitors, not even for us, right? Is it, right? That's the question you asked.
Correct. This would be for Rona and Home Hardware.
Okay. How do you access the manufacturer's database to get all this information that you want on all their SKUs? I don't think you're limited to doorknobs.
No. So in terms of the operations of how we were going to execute this plan, we want to first develop the software that we are discussing. This software is something like, if you were to think about just a database that consolidates exactly what you were stating, product codes and all of that. This would be negotiated through the contracts of when we are signing up or having our meetings with Home Depot and Rona. Once they agree to have this, we would then have them give us the codes to their store. We would then implement that into the database. Once that would be consolidated information in our database, the application would be migrated to the system of the one in Rona and Home Depot. This is something that we are pitching to these companies to better enhance their already existing store, to make sure that their stores run better. We believe that the customer satisfaction is something that's strongly taken pride in at these stores, and is where they're getting most of their rating. They say that the customers that are entering these industries are first coming for price, and then are mainly buying based on the customer experience and the service that they get in the store. It's tough to sometimes find a service representative in these stores because it's so big, so having this application will be able to enhance. The second part of our operations is the development and training manual of our software that we would also be giving to Rona and Home Hardware, or stores like stores of this nature, to use to train the staff that they have on how this application works and how they can leverage it to create a better customer experience. We would then sell the software to the box stores that we have discussed, and then we would control, maintain, and update the software with new features, new interior designing software models, and such. So this would be an ongoing application that we would continue to maintain, helping the customer service experience of these box stores.
So how do you guys come up with 4%, if you don't mind me asking, for the sales? Because right now, gross margin, is limited as it is, so you're asking for a 4% cut on that as it is. Why 4%, and does that vary based on product line and what the profitability of that product line might be?
So some of the things that our app can actually do, our application can actually do, is it can also take two objects that you have scanned and put them together. So if you are purchasing a door separate from a door handle, if you scan both of them and put them together, you can see what it would look like visually together, which is something that's very difficult to do if you're a sales representative in a store like that. So we think that the increased sales that we think that we're going to generate from having this in the stores and having this feature the application that customers can use, the increased sales from that will far surpass the 4% that we are asking for in exchange for providing this technology to these stores.
Can you move to your expenses for a second? If this is a $5.5 million company and it's built, and the value is built on the foundation of this app, why are you no longer investing in years, you know, once it's developed? I mean, for the 5 years following the initial construction.
For the construction, we do have for future app developments.
For future app developments, you've got nothing in there for future expenses.
Yeah, we also have some of that in the software for the future, because we understand that there are going to be, you have to upgrade to the new iOS and that.
Okay.
So that is partially included into the software cost as well. And does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's in the salaries?
Salaries, it's us three. Yes.
Can you
As well
comment
as-
on your go-to-market strategy to acquire on the consumer side?
Yeah, so on the consumer side of it, so like I was saying before, we're going to, for the business side of it, we're going to direct sell, meet up with execs from Home Depot, Rona, and those kind of stores. On the consumer side of it, especially for the initial part of it, where people don't really know what this product is yet, we want to have ourselves, employees, in those stores, greeting customers, letting them know about this new product, and have in-store advertisements like big billboards as soon as you walk in, so people see this, kind of question what it is, and now we have someone right there to answer, to tell them what it is, and to answer any questions they have. So we're going to be aggressively spending marketing money in that area for the first year or two of operation.
So to go back to where also we are seeing where we came up with our monetization here. So with the changing economy, as stated, like for Canada, as the dollar goes up and down, people are going to be spending less. So instead of buying a new house, for example, they are going to be renovating. This is where we see more people coming into the store buying the products as well. So for our revenues for the first year, we want to get into Rona or Home Hardware, pardon me, and then we want to take a percentage of their. We believe we can gain part of their sales through customers using our app, and through this here we see generating $1 million on that 4% there, and it gradually increasing over the years. We do see a loss here in our first year, but we do regain it back in our years 3.
So your revenue projections, the growth doesn't seem very large. Is that overly conservative? I'm not sure.
These numbers are based off the Home Hardware. So we see us entering other chain stores like Rona and that. The numbers all used here are based off the Home Hardware sales.
So you're not giving me exclusivity?
Pardon me?
As an investor, you're not giving me exclusivity. This one app has a market effect where I can use it in Rona, Home Hardware, throughout the network?
Yeah,
No.
It's because it's for any store that decides to buy into our app. As I had mentioned before, we want to, once we get into that first initial store, with our main target being Home Depot, because they're known for, they're below average on a scale of customer satisfaction, and they really need something to boost themselves up in that area to compete better with stores like Rona and Lowe's. So our plan is, once we're in that initial store, people will start seeing it, and it'll start to become a norm where every other store will want to be able to keep up. We're essentially raising the bar in customer satisfaction for these hardware stores. So that's the idea with that. We want to make it the norm, make everyone want to see this, this tool in every hardware store.
So for our expenses here, we do have the app development costs, the research costs that we believe are going to be pretty hefty, just finding the software to integrate everything. We do believe that the companies already have a system that will be easy to connect to once we have developed it. And then to further that, we are going to have our office set up and our salaries, of course.
So I'm gonna go back to your $1 million, so you think you're gonna sell they're gonna sell $25 million worth of product running through your app?
Yeah, we believe we have to enter the market right away. This could be a big game changer. As we could see, like, the technology is really changing with Apple Pay coming into Canada. That's going to be a big thing. We believe that this right here is going to have a major hit on our profits.
But you're talking $25 million in sales the first year.
Yes.
That will flow through the app.
Yes, that will flow through the app globally, through the home hardware.
We're justifying that because once we're in, just right off the bat, once we're in the stores, people are going to start using it. It's not something where we have to communicate to the customers, because once they're in that store, they're going to see it, they're going to use it, they're going to know how easy it is to use, so it's going to boost sales immediately, day one.
You talk about boosting sales, right? It's a sale shift between SKUs, is it not? So you're looking at something and you can't decide. You can't decide. This helps you decide, right?
Yes, yeah, they're gonna be using this. Yeah, it's gonna help them decide. So as you look, the company is also gonna be promoting it a lot because their customer service level is really low right now. And the only one below them is Sears, and as we know, Sears is dropping off the map really fast. As in, they're only giving store credits, which is discouraging to me as a customer. But this is something that we believe will boost the customers coming back to them. We want to keep their customers, and we want to grow their customer base as well. So through this is where the sales are going to be coming from.
So sorry, I'll come back. And you said that this is not exclusive to one, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So where's the competitive advantage? Why then would I invest if everybody's going to? Why does one big box store want it? What competitive advantage do I have now if everybody's got it?
Well, like I had mentioned before, it's raising the bar in customer satisfaction. So once one store has it, we're going to make it a disadvantage for stores that don't have it. Customers will want to expect to see this type of technology, and it makes their shopping experience that much easier. So that's why with this industry that's hundreds of billions of dollars, that's why we feel that we can justify those numbers.
So just kind of recap what we've discussed today. I wanted to kind of walk you through what the software was. The software, essentially what it is it's a database that allows consumers to have an easier decision-making process when in these big box stores they're overwhelmed with options. It kind of allows a combination of having that interior design aspect as well as the products in front of you, be able to merge the two worlds to have a better decision for what you want to do. Because time is so limited, this application will help sales representatives in these stores come to quicker conclusions and help the customers achieve that customer satisfaction, which these box stores highly care about. The way we're going to do it is we're going to take this application, they're going to download this app on their phone, which is something that the sales representatives will be previously already trained on to walk the customer through that experience. They will then browse and scan as they please, and then they will be able to look at examples of interior designing that may be closer to the ones of their own home. Our ask again was $2.7 million for 49% of our company. We wanted, the reason why we believe that this is going to be very important is the customer satisfaction and increasing that, as well as being able to capitalize on this huge market, this home improving market. We believe that this market is very big and it's rapidly growing, and with every single new house that gets built, as well as the houses that already exist, our application can help both consumers types and get them the need that they need. Our business idea, our target market, our ideal target market are business-to-business consumers. So the Home Depots, the Ronas, the Lowe's, these are the partners that we want to partner with because we believe that their product line and their warehouse and their facilities already have a great brand loyalty. We believe this is just going to enhance their brand loyalty. And lastly, our value proposition, what I want to leave us with today is that the enhanced customer satisfaction is what we strongly believe is going to help increase the sales of these companies, in which we think that because of the increase in sales, of this ability to make decisions a lot more easy, to make decisions with such a simple application, and to allow that enhanced customer experience through improving more than just the store layout and the examples that they put in the store, but a digital platform that allows you to compare with multiple different internal designs. We want to thank you for your time today. We are A&D Tech, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation.